And this was discovered in 580 BC, which is about, 2,500 years ago.
We were working on the design, the requirements, the system testing, what we were going to do to make crew safe to be able to transport them to the moon. And so the Orion crew module is part of this larger program called the Artemis program, which is NASA's Moon to Mars program.
Now, if you can contract the value chain into one country, then you minimize movements, right? And as a result, you can reduce the carbon footprint. And then further, the cocoa is grown mostly in agroforestry systems of mixed farming systems that capture carbon. So you can really, if you really measure all of these ability to capture carbon, reduce emissions, we can truly produce a chocolate which is zero carbon chocolates, right? So this is another innovation that we are looking at to produce the first zero carbon chocolates in the world coming out of the Caribbean.
Before you even had ear, developed the sense of hearing, you were in tune to your mother's heartbeat, right? That is the first rhythmic development, right? And based on that, the one drop is not too much different from that. Like you can see the professor there, she going 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 with her fingers there beating. And that's basically the heartbeat, whether she's conscious of it. 1, 2, toop, 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 toop.
And what I found was, when it comes to, for example, creating a remix, you're combining different wave files, audio wave components. And I thought, hold on a minute, this is almost like the opposite of what I was doing with light waves. I was trying to decouple sort of spectra, atmospheric spectra, into their component waveforms. And when you're doing something like creating music or creating a track, you're combining these component waveforms, these instrument tracks, into the final product.
That multilingual individuals and people who speak Creole, people whose reality, their language reality is dominated by Creole, can benefit from these AI tools because we can train them to understand, to recognize, and even to produce Creole and Creole accented speech.
You asked me to be controversial, there you go. This is Bacchanali, okay? So what actually happens is that this thing behaves like in the Newtonian limit, which is really what matters for these rotation curves, behaves like a form of matter which attracts gravitationally but is not attractive. So it's like this painted on dark matter the phenomenologists wanted to have back in the 80s and 90s.
And so I was quietly standing in David's office as he was trying to explain something to me. He was writing on the board, equation after equation, talking, and I was standing there understanding nothing. And eventually I sort of thought, I got to do something. And then I plucked up enough courage to say, David, excuse me, I got to stop you there. Could you please explain where did the first equation you wrote on the board, where did that come from?
I'm the director of the Caribbean Future of Science Symposium, okay? And so by definition, you guys are connected, whether you like it or not, right? You're not here alone on this island, you're connected. And that's what brings us here, right? Because we are interested in you.
My hope is that you will take sound into your hands and that you will employ it and all the physics of the steel drums in order to generate new science. Science that has escaped the attention of the cited scientists, I talk especially to the ones that work really, really, really hard and haven't gotten the grades and the qualifications that you expect or the results that you expect. And what we have to do is to dedicate 5 more minutes, not even 5, 1 more minute to that class that we do not like that much. That's what we have to do. That the future is in the hands of Trinidad and Tobago. What your determination should be is to win. And you win by never giving up.
On your journey, I'm sure all of you will do big and great things, and just be curious.
On behalf of the Caribbean Future of Science Symposium, this would not be possible without the vision and the generous support of the Simons Foundation. I knew from day one when I spoke to the late Jim Simons how supportive he was. He loved Tobago. He used to actually come here to visit on his boat. He called it a boat. It was a little bit bigger than a boat. And so, this would not be possible without their support and their vision, recognizing that all the different pathways that science could lead into